The Checkpoint is presented by GM Pharma, the first international multinational pharmaceutical company in Georgia. GM Pharma, to serve those who need it most.
Lasha, thanks for coming again and visiting Forbes Studio. The reason of our interest is at the same time simple and specific. You mentioned in your first interview with the Checkpoints about the event going to happen in the middle of October, happening in Ukraine, and you highlighted the importance and at the same time prestigious of this event, organized by British SBC and
actually SBC is a global brand, but
headquartered together and also with Sports Media Holding. Yes. So how did it go and how all went? So brief us about this, please.
So actually, first of all, thank you. Thank you for the floor once again. Always glad to discuss the business with you. So we are very satisfied. We are very satisfied. First of all, based on to the feedback that we have received from all the stakeholders who participants onto this event. So starting from the sponsors, exhibitors, speakers, and the delegates. And actually, first of all, we were not expecting so many delegates onto the first event. We had 800 plus delegates, and we just were thinking about around 600, 700. So it was a great surprise for us, and so we are very satisfied with the number. And we are very satisfied also with the quality of the delegates, of course, and the quality of the people who attended the event, because what we have provided and what we have brought to the market was the top-class networking and the top-class platform for the participation of all the stakeholders who are involved into the iGaming and sports betting businesses, not only in CIS and Eastern Europe, but we had quite a lot of people from other continents as well who are interested in what's going on here. And the level, first of all, and the level of the summit that we have created, because we had around 15 panels with 80 top-class speakers. We had also government representatives from the Ukraine, and you know the reason why we conducted our first CIS event and Eastern European event in Ukraine, because it's the hottest market now with the new regulations at place. We had the regulators, we had the government representatives, we had the commission who is actually in charge of all this process. And
it's worth to mention that it was physical engagement, it was not distant at all. Yes. All of them, it was peer-to-peer participation.
So yes, actually, you remember in 2020 we had the digital event, but thanks God now situation is more or less stabilized. Yes, and we did have the offline face-to-face event. We had a couple of high-class speakers with the digital representation. Online, just a couple of them who couldn't come due to the COVID reasons and some restrictions. And it was the offline event. And the most important thing is that, yes, we've created the platform for this networking and for the business to be done in these industries, into this region, and this was the first time.
Lasha, you also pointed that SBC-CIS was planning to organize next events in Tbilisi. At the same time, you've highlighted that such events and conferences might become as a location in Tbilisi on the permanent basis. And is it still an opportunity, or do you consider that?
No, we do consider Georgia, let's say Georgia. It might not be Tbilisi, and it might be Batumi, for instance, because it's more related to that kind of the industry. And it's, you know, somehow we do have the unique resort in that direction, in this region, and we would like to show this to the potential investors and etc. It might have the, yes, and but definitely in Georgia, and we are definitely looking for the event in 2022 that will be in Georgia, and we will provide more information in the next year for that. Yes.
Could you be more specific about the importance of the investment come out from these events happening in Georgia in 2022, and be more specific about iGaming industry itself as a as a sphere of interest where investment potential is huge, as you highlighted in your previous interview.
Okay, and I will also bring one example of Georgia onto the SBC CIS summit, and one of the reasons why we are so satisfied, I mean, from the Georgian perspective, is that many companies participated from Georgia, as it was, as we were discussing then. Special thanks to them for coming there. We had the Georgian Gaming Association, we had the platform providers, we had the operators, we had the some other service providers like the fraud service provider and etc. So many companies joined, and it was quite useful for them because they've acquired huge networking potential there. And to get back to your question, so the main reason why it's interesting investment-wise is that we need to show to the investors what potentials do exist. What potentials do exist not only company-wise or the business-wise, but the human resource-wise as well, that I was also mentioning regarding the several directions in which now Georgian companies are very much involved, not only operational-wise, but the technological-wise, etc., etc. We had the recent case of the now, my congratulations to the team, well-deserved. Singular was, Singular's case with the Flutter Group.
Yes, absolutely.
100% of the company, and it shows the potential that the market has, because Singular, I would consider
attractive,
as the global company somehow, but it was born in Georgia, and we had a success story of how company was, grown to such level that it was acquired by Flutter Group. Yes, so it was also
very important. So, I do have another story why you've been chosen, but before that, the second reason of our meeting and interview is SBC Advisory Partners company. You've been engaged already as a partner, as a representative of our country and region, and but I do need to know more about your status and involvement in this issue, because SBC Advisory Partner is an issue which is covering a lot, and it's a special council at the same time covering various regions, which engages and unites the biggest stakeholders of the industry worldwide.
Yes, exactly. So you know about SBC Gaming, okay, so from the naming it's much related to SBC, but SBC is not the only founder of this company. There are also other founders, very well respected gentlemen. And so main idea behind this is of course SBC, because as SBC is already many years conducting
existing entity
which brings together the industry and which gives the industry the platform for great summits, networking, information share, etc., etc. But what SBC didn't have, it didn't have the tool of giving also the turnkey solution operational-wise, because you gather all the stakeholders together, but...
You mean distribution of the operational
already
tools?
Getting involved into the operational part and solving the problems and solving the some kind of the goals for these companies. For instance, you do create such kind of the, and what is also very important is that SBC has the direct access to the C-level representatives all over the world. Yes, so SBC gathers the information which is needed for different stakeholders, but at the same time with the SBC advisory partners, SBC now has the tool to provide this tool, the consulting, in the form of the consulting service company to all the stakeholders, starting from the M&A, investment getting, going into the new country, the marketing services, consultation services, acquiring licensing, regulation and compliance, and
budget
all of this, budget planning, everything. So this is not just the now the SBC is providing the platform for networking, but at the same time SBC is now the, let's say, the exclusive multifunctional organization into the face of the SBC advisory partners, which provides you with all the services you as the gaming operator or platform provider or the investor or the startupper might have in this direction, worldwide. And what is worldwide in this? And my role, to get back to your question, so I've been appointed as the as the associate in this advisory
Yes.
partner, and the associates are, let's say, limited, and these are very high profile, very well respected and experienced professionals from all over the world, covering different parts of the world.
And what's the geography you're covering?
The geography that we will be covering, me personally, and also with the help of SMH, because company will be fully involved there, is the Eastern Europe and the CIS countries. So it's around 25 countries in which we'll be involved, and it becomes global. So how? Because there might be some need into the CIS region, which can be matched with some need that exists in, for example, USA, but we don't know about this, but our partners, who are the party of the SBC advisory partners, they do have the information on the other hand. There is something interesting that might be needed onto this market. Or I'll tell you further, that might be some kind of the needs that is not the specific regional wise, but some American companies want to increase its KPIs into the customer numbers or into the growth of the operation or something. And it might doesn't even want to know whether it now acquires some company in CIS region or somewhere. The main reason is to get the figures which are set into the KPIs. But on the other hand, while having this information at hand and centralizing all this information, SBC advisory partners in the form of their managing partner, Anton Kazubowski, and also Corino Mancini, co-founder, so they are centralizing all these issues that are going around SBC's advisory partners, and then allocating to the right people or to the right direction.
In a status of associates, like partners,
yes,
covering this region.
So we are the members of the network that is limited, and this is the exclusive network, our internal network, and we are providing the insights regarding our regions and what's going around us, and we are exchanging this information, and this is then centralized into the SBC advisory partners, which chooses the most suitable and efficiency solutions to any kind of the problem.
Which means the geography you and SMH is covering, it's exclusively yourself.
Yes.
And nobody else can, it can be done through the advisory.
So it is a set as it is now.
As it is now.
Yes, as it is now. But it also does not limit us to participate somewhere into Latin America or into the Asia. It all depends on the way.
You're also free to cover that.
Free to cover, yes. But this will be in the future. The main part that will be now concentrated in building all this, because this is brand new business and new direction to SBC as well. So this is Eastern Europe and the CIS. But of course we will be, and we are looking for all the international opportunities.
Lasha, good luck to you, to SMH. So thank you so much for coming.
Thank you very much once again, and always pleasure.
Always pleasure. Thank you.
The Checkpoint is presented by GM Pharma, the first international multinational pharmaceutical company in Georgia. GM Pharma, to serve those who need it most.